Gabriel here with the Icon Capture GPS Intelligence Brief for July 20th, 2026. All right, government affairs directors and influence practitioners, we need to talk. Because this is one of those boards where if you only look at the opportunity count, you are going to misread the market. Here's what I want to do with you today. I want to walk through the new opportunity flow, the legislative and executive movement, the regulatory and court signals, and then bottom line what this means if you're actually managing a portfolio right now and trying to decide where to lean in, where to stay patient, and where you may be kidding yourself. Before I go any further, zero opportunities surfaced, positioning windows opening. The good windows are getting claimed. Posture matters now. The current cohort is the GPS Positioning Window Review. 8 firms, 1 Shipley Certified Capture Manager, your book against this terrain. Code GPS26W3 holds 1 of 8 seats and the extended 30-day preview that follows. Links in the description. Now, let's read the board. So let's get right to the facts. Over the last 168 hours, GPS surfaced. 0 new opportunities posted on SAM.gov. 0 federal hiring signals across 0 agencies. And all of that is happening while market BCL is 0%, with 0 agencies stalled under the continuing resolution. The capture terminal is showing a rather quiet week with 0 opportunities in our window. It's a stark reminder that raw volume can be misleading if you're only looking at the surface. Despite the absence of legislative and executive moves, the board's real message lies in the friction points, compliance hurdles, and the lack of new top postings. Accessibility to these opportunities remains a challenge, as evidenced by the complete absence of flow in our current framework. Managers who read this tape know that BCL, or baseline compliance levels, have flatlined at 0%. This suggests a significant drag, likely due to compliance risk, CR, that hasn't been adequately addressed. The absence of top opportunity postings further indicates a potential bottleneck. Without new entries, the market is signaling a moment of stagnation rather than expansion, which could spell trouble for innovation-driven sectors. In such a zero-opportunity landscape, the conversation shifts from chasing volume to understanding the underlying issues causing the stall. If you read this policy tape, the focus should be on compliance friction. It's critical to diagnose these pain points to unlock future opportunities. The capture ticker will continue to be a vital tool in navigating these complexities, helping us pinpoint where the real action might eventually surface. While the primary signals have hit a lull, secondary indicators are revealing more about where the market might be mispriced. There are no terrain holes, and hiring is stagnant with 0 activity across all agencies. This lack of movement suggests a cautious regulatory environment, possibly waiting for judicial clarity before making major shifts. Court opinions haven't surfaced, leaving agencies and lobbying groups in a holding pattern. Despite the absence of lobbying clusters, this isn't necessarily a signal of disinterest. It might reflect strategic patience, a wait-and-see approach as stakeholders anticipate court rulings that could reshape the landscape. For government affairs directors and influence practitioners, these secondary signals suggest a market ripe for portfolio realignment. The lack of court opinions and lobbying activity points to a momentary pause, not a dead end. Smart moves in this climate involve preparing for the inevitable shifts that follow judicial and regulatory clarifications. Managers who read this tape know the value of foresight. By understanding this quiet period as a precursor to potential market corrections, savvy players can position themselves advantageously. While the current data might suggest a standstill, the underlying narrative is one of impending change. The government affairs and influence market is defined by its volatile regulatory landscape and the constant need for strategic stakeholder positioning. Professionals should be asking, how do current regulatory signals and compliance frictions affect our strategic positioning? What potential protest risks could alter our influence trajectory? How can we anticipate and adapt to sudden lane changes in policy to maintain our advantage? Our conviction is clear. Navigating this dynamic environment demands a proactive stance, where anticipating shifts and recalibrating strategies in real time is essential to sustaining influence and achieving policy objectives. Now, I want to bring back what I mentioned at the top, because after everything we just walked through, it lands differently. The Capture Terminal gives you live searchable access to the same intelligence driving this brief, filtered to your portfolio, your agencies, your NAICS codes. The GPS Positioning Window Review, 8 firms, a credentialed capture manager verified at verify.the-icon.ai, reading your book against this specific terrain. If you're at this policy tape right now and you want someone qualified to look at where you're overextended, where you're underpositioned, and which windows are still reachable, that is what this session is for. Code GPS 26-W3 holds one of 8 seats. Cohort attendees get the 30-day extended preview. Everything is at communities.theicon.ai/capture the-govcon-elite. 0.0 million records, 4 verticals ready. Provenance traced from bill to award. Like and subscribe if you're managing a federal grant, research, GovCon, or commercial portfolio. I drop a new GPS brief every weekday. All links, terminal preview, Shipley sessions, live cohort calendar, and the full brief are at communities.theicon.ai/capture/the-govcon-elite. Register free and it's all there. This is Gabriel. I'll see you tomorrow. Hello? Just a quick note. You'll be disconnected in